Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam Wolf, and we've got a reaction for you today, and I didn't expect them to put out another video, but they did. Blood of the Dawnwalker is a game that I'm very much anticipating, and I think you know why, because The Witcher is one of my favorite franchises ever. I've been playing it since the very first game. Some of you guys, you know who you are. You've never played the first game, and y'all think that, oh man, the combat system in 3 is so bad. Try playing the first one. Number 3 is a godsend. Number 3 is so much better. But anyway, so Blood of the Dawnwalker is being developed by Rebel Wolves, a mixture of people, mostly from CD Projekt Red. So they're kind of making their own Witcher, I guess, their own franchise, but that's good. I don't know if it's based on any books or anything like that, but because of the pedigree of the developers behind this game, I'm very excited for this one. So they released a couple of videos. I saw this one on the PlayStation home screen. Didn't know what it was, but I think it was this trailer here, the launch year special. We're going to take a look at a couple of things, so it's going to be a little bit of a lengthy video. We're going to take a look at launch year special, and then we're going to take a look at gameplay overview 2. They came out with a second one. I was very impressed with the first one. Can't wait to see it. So let's take a look at the launch year special. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll find out. Grab a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Rebel Wolves. And you know, here's the thing. If they want a spokesperson, my last name's Wolf. Last year, under the Wolf Moon, our journey began. Also, I think they hired the same artist that The Witcher hired for the music. Right, the cinematic was unreal. Also, I just listened to the main theme. It's very good. And there they are. Main theme is very good. Ooh, did they do a live action? I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look. Pre-beta in-game footage. There's the first gameplay, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Dude, ever since the announcement of this game, I've been in it. Da, da, da. That's the main theme. This year, together, we're bringing the Blood of Dawnwalker to life. Oh, I can't wait, dude. So excited.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi and welcome to our 2026 Full Wolf Moon celebration. It's been 1 full year since we've gathered here and unveiled the Blood of Dawnwalker to the world, and what a year it was.
We are really honored and humbled by your amazing reactions to our first intro cinematic trailer, our gameplay videos and presentations.
Yes, and it's been incredible to meet so many of you in person at the events all over the world, including Gamescom, PAX East and West, TwitchCon, or
one of these days I'm gonna go to PAX
I want
East.
to thank you all, because hearing
One of
from
these
you
days.
is what motivates us and inspires
It's
us.
just in Boston.
Also, when it comes to the feedback, we're making this game for you, and that's why we always want to show you the game in its current state as we progress through different stages of development, even if it sometimes means showcasing content that doesn't fully represent the final quality we're aiming
Well,
for.
obviously.
To implement all of
I am so sick of developers being afraid to show their games as they are. Like, if you have a brain in your head as a consumer or as a gamer, you should know already that it is a process. It's a process. And to see that process is very unique. It's a very unique thing to video games because, yeah, we see behind the scenes of the movies that we watch and stuff, but that's obviously not until after. And a lot of games will do that, but the games that I respect the most are the ones that are willing to let you try a demo, or they show the progress of the development as it's actively happening. And they want you to see where they came from to where they are now. And it's such a fascinating thing to watch in game development. And I just wish more people would stop being so ridiculous about, oh man, this doesn't look like AAA. That's because it's still being worked on, you idiot.
your suggestions, but we do appreciate them and we always check what can be done. We would like to ask for your trust. We want this game to be great as much as you do.
My poppy flowered.
Yes. Looking forward, the Blood of Dawnwalker launches this year. And we won't
but notice they're not giving
today,
a date.
But you can expect to start hearing from us more and more.
We still have so much content to show you. Gameplay features, locations, characters.
Exactly, you haven't even met the entire main cast of characters yet, or creatures, or music.
So, to begin 2026 on high note, we are really excited to present you new The Blood of Dawnwalker main musical theme.
Enjoy, and we'll see you all in the comment sections afterwards. Happy New Year!
Now, I did listen to the new theme. It's very good. I would suggest you go listen to it, but we're going to skip over that. I swear, if this game releases anywhere around my birthday, day one, I'm buying it. All right, so they actually have the whole section. And then we'll go all the way here. That's the most replayed. People skipping it. I'm skipping it because I watched it. That's rude, man. You should listen to it. So, the main theme is very good. It is. I highly recommend that you go listen to it.
Imagine what
it's a separate video on their channel. Ooh. The visuals are awesome. I just hope they optimize it well.
I will fix it.
Notice how the camera angle is lower than The Witcher. Oh, man. Oh, I can actually just go right into the gameplay overview from here. Nice. I actually had it open already, but let's do this. Okay, so this is going to be the gameplay overview. Number 2. Part 2. I didn't know they were going to put a part 2 out, so this is going to be good. More gameplay. Bandai Namco. They used to be known as Namco Bandai. Which, in my opinion, somehow rolls off the tongue better than Bandai Namco. I don't know why. Video features actual gameplay footage from the Blood of Dawnwalker, specifically from a work in progress pre-beta version. So they're well into alpha, obviously. They're probably into beta at this point. But again, keep in mind, this is still in development. Everything you see is subject to change. The gameplay session was recorded on PC, obviously, to show off the best. I do hope, I really genuinely hope that this game launches in the best state it could possibly launch in, that they optimize it not only for PC, for the love of God, just optimize the damn game for PC, but also for consoles, and that they really focus on making it run really well. If your goal is 60 FPS, make it run at 60 FPS. Like, work at that. I personally, again, I'm not really just adjusting my monitor. Forget it. It's bugging me. They're not level at the top here. Anyway, I'm not one to scoff at like quality mode where it's a rock solid 30 FPS. The visuals are stunning, that sort of thing. I'm okay with that personally. That's me. Especially for something like an RPG. Like, you don't need quick twitch reflexes or anything like that. It's an RPG. It's not really that big a deal. But if your goal is 60 frames a second, please work at it. Get it right. This particular footage focuses mostly on demonstrating the storyline, the voice acting, and the overall quest structure. That's actually cool, though. Like, they're actually putting more focus on the story and especially the voice acting. Like, let's give the voice actors some credit here, especially if they do a good job. You can find more detailed overview of gameplay features and combat mechanics in the first part of the video published in June, which we already watched. You can check that video out on my channel if you want. Or you don't have to. Either way. I'm not your dad.
Hello, my name is Ariana Sharkiewicz,
Hello.
and I am one of the writers at Rebel Wolves. In June, we showed you a part of a quest where Cohen is looking for a legendary sword. And today, we're going to get to the end of that quest.
Okay.
The game is currently in the pre-beta stage.
Look at the video. Pre-beta, this is what it looks like. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Still see some bugs and glitches. You will also see some changes and additions we've made to the game based on the community feedback.
And remember, this is Unreal Engine 5. Actually, that's what I was just looking up. I couldn't remember if it was a in-house engine or if they're using Unreal, and they are using Unreal to great effect, I might add.
Since one of our game's main features is the duality of Cohen, our hero, who is human by day and a vampire by night.
So basically Blade.
You 2 ways to play the quest. This is yet another example of our narrative sandbox. We can approach each of the quests in a variety of ways, remembering about the duality of our hero, human by day and vampire by night.
Yeah.
Knowing we have both day and night as our allies. In June, we started on the outskirts of Svartro and had a brief stint with some bandits. Cohen got rid of them easily with a few well-timed shortcuts and active abilities.
Now, I'm seeing X to talk with people. I wonder if that's an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller. So is it X or square to talk to them, or is it A or X or cross? I'm gonna say it's probably an Xbox controller, but they really should be using the superior controller.
We walked around the city a bit until we reached the cathedral. This time entering it without...
I'm not backing down on that. The PlayStation 5 controller is the best controller ever made.
...any hassle during the day as a human.
The
Let's
DualSense.
continue that playthrough.
Kind of makes me wonder what they're going to do with the PS6. How they're going to develop their controller further. If they're going to develop it further. How about battery life? Let's extend the battery life on the PlayStation controller, shall we? I saw some ghosting there. Yeah. Oof. Let's see that one more time. Watch right here. You can see the lines right there. Oof. You guys know how I feel about temporal anti-aliasing, and I figured they would probably use it, but based on my own tests that I've done, and they're very face value tests, but based on my own tests, perceptively, anything below 1080p, forget about TAA. Don't bother with it. It's awful. TAA at low resolution looks terrible, and I think Digital Foundry has said as much in the past as well. So if you're not going to listen to me, listen to them. TAA at low resolutions makes it look awful. So, you know, I'd rather them go with something that's a little bit more universal, like, you know, FXAA, or which most people don't like, or MSAA, which is also very good, you know, and very good at any resolution, to be honest. I've always been a fan of MSAA. Because you can make a low resolution image look very high res with multi-sample anti-aliasing.
Newborn is a solemn moment.
He's like,
so.
He's looking at her like, did you really have to choose the seat next to me? I was kind of hoping to just be by myself right now. Seriously, there's pews everywhere. She couldn't have picked another one.
Flock, bringing happiness to its parents and to the congregation.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice his eyes are different colors. I didn't even notice that before.
Natus ex sanguine est, alitur sanguine, et in sanguine morietur. Ego te baptizo in nomine Dei. Amen.
Is he blind? I can't remember from June. That's why he wanted to sit alone. Oops. Too late.
Don't I know you from somewhere, young man? Laslia, maybe?
You're mistaken.
Right. My name's Cohen.
It's a real shame what happened there. So many good people imprisoned. But
the facial animations are decent. Obviously, there's only so much they can do unless they really get down to the nitty gritty. But we're talking about, as far as I know, an indie developer here. But very good nonetheless. What I am blown away by is the detail in the facial in the faces. It's impressive. I mean, I'm wondering if they're using MetaHuman, because that would certainly make development a lot easier for them.
As there is sin, there must be chastisement. And speaking of sin, come with me. I'll take your confession.
Thank you, but I have no need for confession.
Ah, so you deem your conscience clear?
I wouldn't go that far. But I'm sure you're a busy man, Father. So while I appreciate the offer, I feel that my soul shouldn't be your priority.
I won't press the matter. You are quite correct. I have many other duties to attend to.
I wonder if they've gone ahead with what most other developers do, and they've built out this tree of actions, animation actions, that based on the dialogue, the game will kind of slot in a certain animation, like when he was pointing, it's like, you're quite right, that sort of thing. I remember hearing about that back in the day with BioWare, where they had this whole tree of animations programmed to play at certain intervals, or to make the character, move and feel lively and whatever during dialogue sequences, to make it a little bit more natural, rather than just standing stiff and just staring straight into the other character with the dead-eye stare. Obviously, he's got quite the dead-eye stare. Their faces aren't really emoting that much. So this is where that comes from. While the animation around the mouth is actually very good, you can see that their eyes are pretty much just dead. They're just staring at each other. And obviously it's a very subtle conversation. There's not like anger or happiness happening, so it's not like they're going to be like, oh yeah, talking about something so simple like him giving a confession. But I do wonder if they have their own implementation of like an animation tree that the game will use as a table for certain animations to play.
But please remember that in order to be saved, we all need to repent. Myself included.
Well, you better include yourself.
I hope we can speak again soon. Good day to you, Cohen.
Father Florin.
Okay, so you had a little bit of a smile there, but it was at the very end. For the most part, the whole thing was relatively deadpan.
We can start by chatting with the deacon. He might know something about the catacombs where Saint Mihai is buried.
Pay the workers, clean up the altar. What else? Oh, right, the bell tower.
You gotta clean the whole bell tower? Damn, that sucks.
Yes, what is it? I have much to do, so either be quick about it or leave me to my duties.
You see, there was a little bit of emotion there thrown in, but see, I feel like he should be a little bit more scowling, because he's not happy about doing what he's doing, obviously. You could definitely hear it in the voice, but the face is not reflecting what he's feeling. Also, his head, it's a dome compared to the rest of his face. It looks almost alien.
Could you point me towards the entrance to the
But to be fair, that's cool because it shows that not all humans are created equal.
What are you talking about?
I wanted to pay my respects to the city's founders. Light a candle in their memory, if possible.
Sorry to disappoint, son, but there's no crypt in this house of worship now, if that is all.
Things change. especially in the last few years. Perhaps the crypt was built over or sealed away?
Listen, son. The parish book doesn't say anything about any crypt. I should know. I wrote parts of it myself.
Only parts of it, though.
Just to make sure.
No. The library is not open to just anyone.
Oh, but the church is.
It seems to me you have plenty of time on your hands and will keep on badgering me. Tell you what, I'll give your idle hands something to do, and afterwards maybe I'll let you take a look into the library.
I'm gonna force you to work for it? Damn, bro.
Tell me what you need, then.
Our caretaker, Radu, is missing, it seems. It's been a few days since he last came to work, and now his duties have become my duties.
That's why he's upset.
I imagine he's lazing about somewhere, having a laugh at my expense.
Any idea where to look for him? Perhaps he's at home.
If I only knew where that is. Radu's a secretive man. No, I'd rather ask around in the almshouse. He spends a lot of time talking to the inmates.
Alms?
The almshouse. Where is
Anyone
it?
have alms?
Go out to the courtyard and turn left. Carry on walking until you see a well on your right. The almshouse's entrance is just by that well.
You see how in that last bit of dialogue, the mouth could not make heads or tails of the dialogue, so it kind of just looked like he was making an O face sort of thing.
Almshouse's entrance is just by that well. I try to avoid.
No, hold on.
Carry on walking until you see a well on your right.
You see that right there? It's just like an O face there. Because it until you see a well on your right. It didn't really look a well on your right. But he was just like,
The almshouse's entrance is...
Where is it?
Go out to the courtyard and turn left. Carry on walking until you see a well on your right.
Yeah. So obviously there's only so much they can do, especially in an open world RPG. You have to have one of those animation trees or tables in place in order for the game to actually interpret on the fly, to actively motion capture or, even hand animate the faces of this scale. It would take forever. They'd be in development for probably a decade or more, just making sure that every single character was animated in the face correctly. So that's why they have to rely on these tables. And for the most part, they're pretty good. But as you can see, there are some minor glitches here and there.
The almshouse's entrance is just by that well.
You can get away with, obviously hand animating or motion capturing in an RPG that's a little bit more linear, a little bit more direct and straightforward, as opposed to an open world one. For example, Immortals of Avium, I know it's not the best example, but it is an RPG and it's not open world. It's, stage based. So you play one stage and then you move on to the next and then the next. But every single cutscene is high polish in the facial animation department. So, and they can get away with that because they don't have a giant open world and many characters to actually animate. They just have to focus on the main characters.
Ugh, a dreadful place. Really dreadful. Anyway, be on your way.
The almshouse is dreadful?
And let me know when you find Radu.
About no.
Turns out the deacon had his own agenda and asked us to find out what happened to the local caretaker.
Ah, look at that.
Let's find
we
the
got
asylum
noise.
he mentioned. While on those sacred grounds, we should mention that every week in some of Vales and Gora's churches,
Believe me, I
people
hate the fact that I
gather for
noticed
the
it too.
So-called Blood Mass. It was established by Brancis and his clique of vampires after they took rule in Vales and Gora.
His clique.
Every villager is required to donate a significant amount of their blood, and in return, they are cured from all illness. Like Cohen's
Look at this. He's missing half his health. He needs to heal.
sister in the CGI trailer. It's how Brancis controls the population.
I forgot about this. There's actually a limitation on certain quests. Like your main one is actually, you got 22 in-game days to rescue your family. And I suppose you can just go right to that. just to kind of knock it out. But I wonder what, like, do they die if you don't reach them in time? Like, what happens?
Each blood mass is conducted by Father Florin himself.
I'm almost out of coffee. And we've only just begun. Love the music.
Maybe we could go there today. See if we can help.
Yeah, right. The deacon
Yeah, right.
will be glad to see dumb bums like us walking around his glorious church.
You don't know that,
The
maybe?
Scottish man.
Oh, stuff it. We'll go and see Dragan instead. He's on.
Maybe someone in here
dark.
has seen the caretaker.
The sister is too busy.
Lighting's really good.
It's just a matter of time
I do
until
wonder,
that
though,
wound
I can't
festers.
remember if they said they were going to use ray tracing or not. If they do, obviously it's going to be very nice looking, but at the same time, it's a performance hog, to say the least. So be very careful. It's all right.
What do you want?
I'm looking for the caretaker.
caretaker. I've been told he sometimes comes here.
You mean Radu? Yeah, I know him. Steer clear of that bastard.
You see how he's kind of scowling a little bit? I mean, maybe that's just his resting bitch face. But, I mean, he's at least emoting what he's actually feeling right now.
Any idea where he is?
Right now? Nah. But I do know something. Might be interesting for you.
I'm guessing you want some pay.
All right, tell me.
That's not how it works, friend. I need a little palm grease first.
Yeah.
Here you go. It better be worth it.
Greedy
It
son
is.
of a bee.
Something strange is going on here. Every night there are noises.
Duh.
Creaking,
There's
scratching.
noises all the
and,
time.
I don't know, things being pushed around.
Poltergeist.
Some of the folk here say the building's haunted.
Listen, I didn't pay to hear a ghost story. You were supposed to tell me about the
Ah,
caretaker.
he's looking angry.
Oh, I'm getting there. I'm not trying to swindle you or nothing.
Yeah, right.
You see, there's a closed-off wing here. They put the plague patients there when it first hit. But one day,
You can see some
they decided they were
shimmering
beyond
around
help
his
and
shoulders.
sealed them all off, left them all to die. But I hear that the caretaker knew how to get in there. Some
See, look at this.
secret
there.
entrance and used it, but I don't know what for.
I see.
It's probably the TAA
idea
kind
where
of
it
going
might
crazy
be?
right now. It is trying
Somewhere
to smooth out
upstairs, I
fur,
think.
let's be honest.
You'll have to look around.
All right, I'll check it out. Thanks.
But I will say, in the overall grand scheme of the picture, it's doing a pretty good job.
It seems the asylum resident, apart from telling us a gruesome story about what happened to the plague patients, gave us a useful hint about the secret entrance to the asylum wing. For a price, of course.
Of course. Greedy bastard. I imagine you get even cooler armor as you level up and stuff.
Using focus mode
That'd be
allows
cool.
us to see that there might be something hidden behind the shelves.
Focus mode. Witcher senses.
Scratches on the floor.
Just like The Witcher. I'm telling you, man, I love the way that they work. They're really good developers, but you can't help but compare. You have to compare because it is what they do best. It's what they know.
Let's investigate the
I get why they're trying to do that because it's like, oh, it's an interactive cutscene or whatever. Just play the cutscene. Like, don't make us push a button because obviously we want to get in there. So if you want to play a cutscene, then hit a button, X in this case, interact, and then just have him move the shelf. Why do we have to interact with it?
location.
It just
It
seems
was
like a
separate
bit of
wing for
a
patients who fell ill with the
unnecessary
plague.
step.
Damn.
Somebody's
What a
dead.
stench. Something's rotten in here.
Yeah, called Bones and Bodies.
So many died here. In isolation.
this wing was blocked off, and they were left to die a terrible death.
They couldn't move a bookcase? They couldn't just put a shoulder into it?
Something else happened here.
Huh. Died recently. Killed by something bestial.
This body looks fresh compared to the rest.
You know, one thing I've always wanted to do is play, like, The Witcher in its original Polish translation.
We have a creature called Muron. Well, it is theoretical.
Polish voiceover, if they have it in there. I don't know if it's actually a part of the game. It'd be pretty cool, though, because this is also Polish-based, I think. So, duh, because it's the same developers. So, and as you guys know, I love playing a lot of games in their original voiceover. JRPGs, obviously, I would rather play in Japanese because it always sounds better. I've always wanted to play, you know, like The Witcher in Polish, obviously still with subtitles, but it'd be cool to hear. The problem is, of course, we've heard, is it Dan Cockle? I think Dan Cockle. As Geralt for years. It'd be kind of weird to hear another voice.
Practically a vampire, its transformation did not go correctly. Occasionally, neurons produce loud, inhuman screams which stun the target, if it is within the scream's range.
You.
Ooh, a lot of health on this one.
As you can observe, their behavior is chaotic and hard to predict.
Quite a bit. So it looks like you actually when you lock on, it just stays locked on, which is good because then you don't have to keep reactivating it. I think that was one of the bigger issues in The Witcher. Not sure if it's been changed today, but I don't recall when I played it, I don't recall the lock-on system just staying locked on.
Neuroni possess the vampiric ability of Shadow Step. However, it is juggy and unstable.
Little early swing there, guy. I love the sword play. And I'm sure Shad would actually get a kick out of watching this too. Watch how he handles the sword. It actually looks realistic.
However, it is juggy and unstable.
Notice how and I've been learning from Shad for quite a while. So I can at least appreciate good swordplay when I see it. I'm not an expert. He is. I'm just basically regurgitating things that I've learned from him. But based on this shot right here, which is really cool, he takes a swing and then he goes high like this, and I think comes back down like that. Boom. No, okay. So he does a spin, which spins are kind of like, yeah, they after watching Shad for so many years, Shadiversity, if you're curious, great YouTuber, go to subscribe to his channel if you want to learn about medieval stuff. Spinning is not useless, but in this particular instance, he didn't really need to do that. He could have easily gone high and then back down like this, but instead he followed through with a spin, which doesn't really make much sense. I get it that it's it's fun, it's flary and stuff like that, but it's not necessary. Boom. He could have just came back down while keeping his front squared up to the enemy.
We can learn more about what has happened here by using the
doing a spin attack is very risky because it exposes your back to the enemy, which is what you don't want to do. Look at how many times he's cut his hand just to find out.
It is a feature enabling the player to talk with certain corpses, those that have moths flying above them. Magic is only available to Cohen in his human form. We wouldn't be able to talk to the dead had we come here at night.
That's interesting.
Please, stop! It hurts! you! We're friends! Radu, please!
So Radu killed this guy.
That's enough. Rest now.
We can go back to the Deacon now and report our findings. Before we chat to him, notice that our current objective again has the hourglass symbol. This tells you that the dialogue will push the time forward.
A day. Right, so even side quests will actually push time forward, and that gives you less time for your primary objective. So you got to balance doing side objectives with primaries.
Why are you pestering me again?
Oh, jeez. You told him to go find out. Why else would he come back? Otherwise, forget you, dude. I don't want to deal with you. I wouldn't. Like, if he didn't give me a task to deal with, I wouldn't come back.
I know what happened to Radu.
Good. So, what was that wastrel doing all this time?
Wastrel?
Getting drunk on communion wine?
Is that even a real word?
I found him in the almshouse, in the sealed-off wing. The caretaker was hiding there, but he was no longer human. He turned into something terrible, a monster. I'm sorry, but I had to kill him.
What? I don't understand. What happened to Radu?
Oh, now he cares.
He was involved in something dark. There were corpses in his hiding place. Probably his latest victims. But how he became that creature is anyone's guess.
A monster in the house of God. First the plague, now this. Oh, truly, we might just be living in the end times. Right. I'll have to talk to the guards, send them to retrieve the bodies, and clean up that place.
You do what you need.
I was going to wait until the camera got back here. I love the texture on his vest. It looks like leather. It's kind of insane, the detail that they put into his clothing. The fur looks really good. The leather looks really good. The stitching looks amazing. They really put a lot of effort into something that most people would probably, or most developers would probably just be throwing away. Essentially, it's like, oh, that's just clothing, it's whatever, it's not the main focus of the character. The face is usually the main focus, but they really put a lot of care and effort into making sure that every bit of the character is high quality.
To do,
and I love that.
I believe we had a deal. May I enter the library now?
What? Oh yeah, you had a deal.
Yes, you may go inside with my blessing. I'll tell someone to leave the door unlocked for you. The book you're looking for, it's called The Annals of Svartrau Cathedral. Now, excuse me, I must go to Father Florin and tell him we need a new caretaker.
He gave us access to the library in exchange for our information. Let's go there and find a book he has mentioned. Reading books in our game works surprisingly similarly to the way it works in real life. They might teach us new skills or give us additional experience.
Cool. Okay. So they're going to make sure that even stuff that you would probably throw away as junk is useful.
Let's stop here and load a save game from the night variant playthrough of this quest.
Look at that
lighting. We are
lighting.
Again in Svartrau, in front of the cathedral.
That looks so good. And now he can use his vampire powers. Whoa. He's a little upset. Just a teensy bit. What's this then? Is a curfew in place? No dawdling.
You'll see and experience the world from a different perspective.
I genuinely thought they were going to stop him and be like, hey, there's a curfew. You can't be trifling around here. But then again, there's people standing outside, next to fireplaces, so, or braziers, if you will.
You sure it'll work? Certain as the sunrise. And if not, I'll pay you back double.
I love how Cohen just walks up to these guys. They don't even question it. They're just like, oh yeah, just some random dude standing there looking at us, listening to our conversation.
It's for Kiri blood after all. Sorry.
Let's get inside the building using Cohen's vampiric abilities, Plane Shift and Shadow Step.
And they didn't even notice? Those guys are standing right next to him. They didn't hear the whoosh. Holy crap!
You can
He's standing sideways on the wall.
Easily access places beyond the reach of regular humans.
But only at night.
Last time we were inside the cathedral, we came across Xanthi, one of Brensis's officers.
Okay, so I thought it moved it forward a day. It looks like it only moved it forward like an hour or something like that. I don't know. Whatever that one meant.
She was a difficult opponent for Cohen. So this time, we're going...
One notch. Because there's the symbol right there. So, okay, so it's one block. Got it.
To be smart about it. Stay on the scaffolding.
So like an hour or something like that, yeah.
Approach.
Better be quiet.
To blood.
Blood to blood, blood.
You shall
Is that Voyeurs Xanthi? What the hell is she doing here?
His command shall become the
I'm pretty sure this was in
your heart.
Is that
I don't remember this being the quest that they showed off in the first part. But I remember this. I don't know.
A ritual for the blood gods?
Blood for the blood gods.
You shall want for nothing. You shall yearn for nothing.
They're covering up the old paintings.
Yeah, they're using an Xbox controller. I see the B there in the bottom. Lame. DualSense next time.
Blood to blood.
Blood to
One of the workers must have left it.
You shall become
Seems that the cathedral complex is quite big. The main building, cloisters, inner courtyard.
I mean, cathedrals generally are huge, yes.
Won't get anything done just standing around. Still, staying up here would be a smart idea.
Except, you know, put out the candles so they can't see you.
Shall become your new family. You shall want for nothing. You shall yearn for nothing. Only duty shall remain.
bound in blood.
Yeah, you hear the... Okay, I thought it was maybe two of them talking. One is actually talking, and it's kind of glitching a little bit.
Out one of the frescoes in detail.
Sanctus Mihai, patron saint of Svartra himself, victorious and well loved. There's the legendary silver sword. I hope it really does exist.
You shall want for nothing.
The sword of King Arthur.
You shall yearn for nothing. Only duty shall remain.
Saint Mihai's symbol. Good. It should help my search.
Turns out, this one was actually about Saint Mihai, owner of the sword we're after. The powerful weapon might tip the scales in Cohen's favor and help him save his family from the vampire lord Brensis.
Command shall become the sole voice in your hearts. Your fellow blood guards shall...
We can check some of the buildings in the courtyard. Maybe we'll find some interesting clues inside them. Let's shadow step to this one below. It's the library we were supposed to enter a few moments ago, in our day variant playthrough.
I was gonna say, I don't know if he should still be able to hear them from there.
That people don't usually close the balcony doors in Svartro. We can again use our system of getting a closer look at certain objects to both appreciate the beauty of the story being crafted in front of our eyes and to uncover secrets about Vale Sangora.
The annals of Svartra Cathedral. They're bound to have some information on St. Mihai's crypt.
Oh, okay. I completely forgot. They're showing the other option for you to be able to get the book that you need. Instead of doing the work for the deacon, you would actually just wait till nighttime and then just go in and get it yourself. But doing this yields less XP, so you might want to do the job for the deacon, because then you get to kill a vampire or whatever the hell it is and get some XP for it.
And thus St. Mihai was laid to rest in the catacombs beneath the cathedral's side courtyard, by the cloisters, marked by his own personal sigil. The saint...
I was actually looking at this. I'm like, is this actually text? Yes, this is actually Latin, if I'm not mistaken. They actually have literal Latin written out. I like that.
Remains and his
it's the little details, man. It's the little details that matter in an RPG.
Stone, under St.
In a good
Memorial
RPG.
Stone. And I already know his symbol.
All right. We should be looking for a crypt somewhere on the premises of the Svartro Cathedral. Let's grab the door key on the way to open the door. The cathedral is heavily guarded outside, and it looks like the guards aren't really fond of Cohen lurking around the premises.
Yeah, he probably should have left the way he came in.
Let's deal with them swiftly, using our claws.
I guess this is if you want to be like a...
And we've worked on the flow of using active abilities. We are no longer pausing the choice menu. It's real time in gameplay. It's also a good opportunity to show you another use of the Voracious Bite ability Cohen uses to drain people's blood. In combat,
yeah, it's like
it will both replenish your health and deal some damage.
It's a slow time sort of thing, which a lot of games do, and it looks like they did it pretty well there.
Let's explore the other areas in the courtyard.
So this is basically if you want to be more of a vampire than a good guy, you know?
I get a breather, that's all.
Let's use the sword this time, because yes, you can fight with a sword as a vampire too. But before we engage, let's adjust the camera. Camera placement was one of the hottest topics after our gameplay reveal. We got lots of feedback about it, and we decided to add a second option for those of you who prefer the camera slightly further away from the character.
That looks like it's just...
will be adjustable for combat and exploration separately.
Okay, so that's cool, but it looks like it didn't really move that far away. It just kind of shifted to the left to be more behind the character rather than over the shoulder.
We can choose the setup you prefer.
I actually personally would prefer a further away camera, just so I can see the
compared to his human form.
The area that I'm in better. Okay, there goes his head. I see that they've gone a little bit more. They've kind of combined combat from The Witcher with something like For Honor or, you know, Kingdom Come Deliverance, where the direction of the attack is shown and you have to block in that direction. Pretty cool.
Take notice of the hourglass icon next to our objective. It indicates that opening the crypt will move the time forward.
How about here? St. Mihai's symbol.
Let's open the entrance and investigate the crypt.
Okay, and if I was right, we should see that the third segment in the top right should be consumed. Dude, the textured work is really high detail. Yep, there it is. Okay, so I was right. I was wrong at first, then I was right.
Lighting up a torch might be a good idea.
There we go. Now I can see stuff. I'm using the scenery mode on my monitor because it just makes everything look so much better. Color pops better, the shadows are darker, and it just looks good. But it's also very hard to see because I have the window open for lighting, and I can't see anything. I can see some things, but like the dark is dark.
We can hear some moaning coming from behind one of the walls.
The flame effect is pretty good.
Let's investigate this.
I still stand by this. The flame or the fire effect in Assassin's Creed Origins has got to be one of the best I've ever seen in video games, hands down. But that wasn't too bad.
Is that moaning? I think it's coming from behind this
Vampires
wall.
having sex.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Why would you do that? It's clearly not human. Can you hear me? Good face emotes. There's the sword. Oh boy. I love the fact that his eyes are glowing.
Are you Mihai?
Tobias. His name's Cohen. There you go. There it is. Okay. I really like that. He did it. He did a quick, I don't know what the name of that move is, but he went one side, then the other, which is how you're supposed to do it. I like that. So they kind of mixed realistic combat maneuvers with fantasy ones like spinning and flourishes and stuff like that. Though I have yet to see an actual flourish, but I wouldn't blame them if they wanted to do it. Let's see that again. Bang, bang. That's how you're supposed to do it.
I'm not. Shit. Listen to me.
His stance is weird though, because he's holding the sword here when really you should be holding out in front of you, for because I mean that's where they're coming from. That's where the attack is coming from. So you want to be able to defend against that. But he's holding it up here. I wonder if that's actually a legitimate stance.
We've been attacked by Mihai, who was an important figure in the valley. And for some reason, he was buried alive in the catacombs.
That was a cool one where he just went bang, bang. That's pretty good.
Of course,
I like that.
As players, you'll be able to learn why that has happened. But we'd like to avoid too many spoilers here.
Yeah, don't show us that.
That's why we are stopping this presentation mid-fight.
You see how he kind of just did a quick tap? Even that is actually a legitimate way to attack somebody, because the thing that a lot of video games get wrong, and I'm going to bring up the Souls-like genre, or just the Souls games in general, like Elden Ring and Dark Souls and stuff like that, is they depict weapons as heavy and unwieldy. And obviously in Elden Ring, there's a lot of weapons in that game that they would be. But when you think about like a Claymore or a Dane Axe or something like that, Dane Axe maybe, but a Claymore is a lot more maneuverable. I mean, it's the biggest sword that you can think of, that or a Zweihander, but they're big, but they're not impossible to move at a rapid pace. So little taps like that in a real fight would actually be very devastating if you landed it, because it's a sharp sword. It's a sword, for God's sake. It's sharp. If it's razor sharp, that's all you would need to inflict any kind of damage on somebody. So it's really cool to see some of the actually legitimate sword play put into this game, and the thought that went into actually developing the combat system. Love it.
We hope that you have enjoyed seeing
I gotta make sure I wishlisted this. I'm pretty sure I did,
one of
but
the objectives in the game. Remember, our design principle is the narrative sandbox. There is no difference between main quests and side quests. There are just different stories that you weave together into your own unique adventure.
But doing side quests will get you more XP.
And stay tuned for more updates on our social media profiles.
What goes on at the end
Bye.
here. Bye-bye. Is that like, it's literally this whole thing at, this is it. it just sits at this. Awesome. That is so good. That is excellent. I gotta say, this was really awesome to see. Great presentation. The game's visuals are ridiculous. The high detail texture work is very, very good. The animations during combat, also very polished. This is pre-beta, and it looks like this. This is what you should be seeing towards, getting closer to beta. The game should be coming together. It's not 100% finished, but, during beta, it should be between, I would say 50 and 80%. And then late stage beta, it should be between 85 to 95% complete. And obviously polishing after that should bring it up to not 100%. There's no game that's going to be 100%, bug free or anything like that. There's going to be problems, but it's going to be closer to more like 98% complete. You got to leave room, like 2% margin of error sort of thing. But for the most part, the game should be reasonably done by the end of beta and ready to ship. But overall, what a great look on this game. Like, it just looks really good. The voice acting is really good. Again, the facial animations, I think they might have an animation table set up so that they don't have to do a lot of the animating work either by hand or mocap. And a studio that's brand new like this, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's a lot more possible, especially these days, for even small studios to do motion capture just with their iPhones. But they probably didn't want to go that route because it would take a lot longer to do it. So they are probably using an animation table for the facial animations and stuff like that. Excellent, excellent. I mean, I feel like I'm watching The Witcher, but that's a compliment. That's an absolute compliment, and I really hope that they take it as that. Obviously, they're not going to see this video, but I really hope they take it as such, as a compliment, because The Witcher is such a high standard to live up to, and these guys are nailing it every step of the way. It looks fantastic. But let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Are you guys excited for this game? Because if you're not, you should be. If you're a fan of The Witcher, you absolutely should be excited for this game, because we're getting another Witcher type game from a new studio. I imagine it's an original. It's an original story, an original IP. So pretty sick, man. Pretty sick. And I hope that this game does so well that we get a sequel in the future. And I really would like to see Rebel Wolves actually do very well with this one. And but that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and please join me again in the next one where we'll take a look at another game, give our reactions, and have a conversation. But until then, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Blood of the Dawnwalker, and I'll see you guys later.